Oryx Zero Unicorn Gundam, the single most ambitious Gundam design of all time, with an incredible transformation from Unicorn mode to Destroy mode, so subtle but yet so powerful. No version of this Gundam, high grade, master grade or perfect grade, has ever been fully able to combine the astounding dynamics of this mobile suit into a solid, posable, transformable kit. Until now. Is this the perfect unicorn kit? Well, let's find out. So there is the real grade Unicorn Gundam out of the box and snapped together, and what can I say? So far it looks absolutely astounding. So this is what this kit will look like out of the box, straight built out of the box with minimal effort. I didn't even bother cleaning up the nub marks. I did a little bit of paneling, and to be honest, I only did it towards the front, but you really need to do it if you want to bring out that detail. It is a white Gundam and it needs that little bit of extra effort. But honestly, overall, this thing just looks great. The part separation on this kit is just absolutely fantastic. We've got that standard real grade light grey and white separation of the white, and all in all this looks fantastic. I don't know how it will turn out in the video, but in person it looks so good. For something so small, this thing is ridiculously detailed, and it might be a bit early to say, but so far this has a shot at my #1 Gunpla of all time. But then again, we'll see. This kit does come with a whole lot of decals. These are stickers. I'm not the biggest fan of stickers, and to me, if it doesn't have it in the anime, it's not so important to have it on the model. But this is a real grade, so it is meant to be what it would look like if it was in real life, so that's up to you. There's also some foil greens there for the eyes. Personally, I didn't use the ones for the unicorn eyes because, to me, the clear plastic on this kit already looks phenomenal. So I felt they didn't need to be used. As for a size comparison, there it is beside a unicorn-esque Gundam, the real grade Sinanju, the master grade unicorn, and of course the colossal perfect grade unicorn. And just in case some of you are curious as to how big this actually is, it comes in at about 14, maybe 14.5 centimeters, ignoring the horn. So there is the real grade Unicorn Gundam with everything that it comes with. So as for manipulators, we get a pair of fists, a pair of widespread open hands, as well as a pair of holding hands. As well as that, of course, we've got a base adapter which snaps onto his butt here, and that you can use to attach him to an action base. Most action bases will fit, because they all use the same 3mm peg. In here we've got 3 variants of the unicorn horn. We've got the one I have attached here. That one is a transformable version. That one can be the standard unicorn horn, or you can pull it apart to be your typical Gundam V-fin. Besides that, then we've got one that is just the unicorn horn, and one which is just the destroy mode V-fin antenna. Basically, you can have a transformable version, or a unicorn horn that doesn't show the seam line up the middle, or the destroy mode one which won't move. So basically there's something here for everyone's taste. In here we also have a 1 to 1/4 scale pilot figure of Banner Lynx, or as he's called in Japanese, Banaji. Like seriously, that is something I could never and still can't comprehend. As for this version of the unicorn's loadout, what we get in here is the shield. This, of course, just like the unicorn itself, is fully transformable. This part can slide down just like that, these parts slide out like that, and it is all tight and feels absolutely perfect. Of course, it attaches onto the forearm using this section here, just like that right there. Next up then are the beam sabers. These are your standard real grade beam saber beams, and of course, just like in normal unicorn style, the beam sabers are around here on the back. So these little sections can pop up like that. They can move just like with the master grade. Pop that off there so you can actually see the beam saber put together, and there it is, pretty simple, just exactly like you'd expect. And of course this is Unicorn Gundam, so these parts can flip out like that, and you can attach them in there as well, but that is part of the unicorn mode transformation, so we'll save that for later. Next up then is the beam magnum. As for moving parts, you've got this little handle there on the side. This can pull forward and out can pop that magazine right there, which is really cool. It only comes with just the one, it doesn't come with any more. But that's pretty cool that you can have it like halfway in, all the way out, or fully loaded. That is pretty awesome. And that right there is what the Unicorn Gundam looks like when holding the Beam Magnum. Next up then is the Hyper Bazooka, and once again we've got a movable part right here. Oh, that fell out. But anyway, this part can slide in and extend out just like that for storage. And this part back here, of course, again, is the magazine. This part can move in and out like that. Pop in the magazine just like so. It clips in with this tiny little peg right there. And that pops in like that. So that is pretty awesome. And once again, there is what the Unicorn Gundam looks like, holding the Hyper Bazooka. So now moving on to the next two parts of the review, and to be honest, these are getting me kind of nervous because these are the two parts that are going to make or break this kit. So far, this thing is absolutely godlike. It's so good. But next is the articulation, and after that is the transformation. And those two things are really going to make or break how good this is. I've never done either before, so here we go, let's do this together. So starting with the head, there it is, all the way up, all the way down, a little bit limited. Let's try and go all the way around with that. That just popped off slightly, but still, it held on. This little kind of face mask section here is a little bit loose, and I would advise gluing that. As for the arm then, there it is all the way up. That's pretty nice and tight. All the way down, that can spin all the way around. But like I said, these are really tight, so be very careful with these. Real grades are delicate, but they decided to one-up the Sinanju by far here by making this actually tight. There's the shoulder up and down, so a slight bit of motion there, not so much. We do have a little bit of a drawer joint, or whatever you call it, in there, so that can move out to the front and back. That is nice, very nice. We have some rotation here at this point. Again, you're going to have to hold this to get that because it is incredibly tight, but feels great, to be honest. There is that bend at the elbow, quite good. And of course your wrist is just your standard ball and socket joint. So here it's okay, not great, exactly what you'd expect from that sort of joint. Around there on the backpack, and of course like I showed you before, these can move up as well as out. That's part of the transformation. As for the ab crunch, we've got a little bit of forward and back, not much at all. I almost forgot to say, but when you move these parts forward and back, it separates all the armor here, which looks absolutely fantastic. But anyway, the main articulation we get here is rotation, and that can spin all the way around like that. The skirting armor is amazing. Be careful with these because it sometimes at first seems like they're really loose, but they're not. You just have to attach them exactly the right way. Just the way it shows in the instructions, which is put them on that way, not like pop them on like this. You literally have to slide them on that way. They click and then they hold in place spectacularly. We've got an extra joint in here in the waist so the legs can move up and down like that, so kind of swing forward and back, and that is all within the waist unit. There's kicking the leg all the way up to the front. That is fantastic. Next then, all the way out to the back, again spectacular. And there is the splits, and the unicorn has absolutely no problem at all. This thing is epic. We got some rotation there, the thigh, the bend at the knee, and that is nothing, absolutely nothing the master grade or the perfect grade have. Definitely not the high grade. Lastly then, we've got the ankle. There is up and down. This part is absolutely separate with two joints in there. We've got side to side there. Not the best, but then again, not the worst. And as you'd probably expect from the unicorn, we don't have any up or down at the toes there. Actually, there is a very, very slight amount of up and down there, so that is good. So yeah, definitely in total, the articulation on this thing is far beyond impressive. So far, I am entirely impressed. So next up then, of course, is what this thing has that no other 1/144th scale model kit has. And that is the transformation. Okay, so here we go. Let's do this together. This is the transformation. I've never done this before, so out come the instructions. So head off, goodbye backpack. Need to flip this switch back here, so disconnect that there. Pull that up. Pull out the arms. Oh man, that's scary. Come on, come on. There we go. Reconnect the section on the back. Flip out the shoulder Vulcans. All of these little parts have a tiny little tab, so they're really easy to grab onto, which is awesome. Drop down these two chest sections. As for the head, you do have to kind of parts form a little bit, so these parts come right off. I don't think anything just spin around. Nope, pop them off. You need to open out these little segments on the side to release the inner face part. Pull that all out. Hold on while I actually panel line this part. I didn't do that yet because it was turned in the way. No, good enough. So pop that back in there. Destroy mode out. Flip the side parts back in. And then throw those parts back on the other way around. And of course the important part, open up that V-fin. Back on with the head. Next, as for the arm, this part pops out like that. This section pulls up and out like that. Then pop this part back in. As for the shoulder, that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Next up the waist, drop down this part, lift up this part, and that was pretty impressive. That whole little section raises up when you pull that out. That's nice. Pull this little section out like that, then pull it up and out that way. Damn, this is one nice designed tiny kit. Same goes on the other side. Once again, down and out, just like so. Side skirt down like that. The same over here on this side. Next is flip out the butt flaps. There is the right, and there then is the left. As for the legs, then they flip out like that. This whole section pulls down and down like that. Pop out these little sections here on the ankle here, and as well here on the inside like that. Pull that whole section down like so. Then clip them back in. Next, spin up the knee like that. Drop out this part here. Flip out the back section. And I have to admit, this part right here is the hardest. You need to get this part out from in there, so you might want to grab yourself something. I would say like a tool, but I mean more like a drink. If your fingers are small enough, and I've got pretty small fingers, but I just can't reach any of the parts you need to grab. I also destroyed this here cocktail stick, so it is not easy to drag that out. I had to kind of grab it like this and knock off 2 parts, but still, it came out smoothly. Just difficult. Okay, so after fiddling around with it for a while, here's a pro tip. Don't try and pull it, push it from behind, just like this, and it makes your life a whole lot easier. Last up then is the feet. Heel comes down just like so. This part pulls up and points down like that. And this section here is quite cool. These parts pull off like that. Flip that up. And then reconnecting these on like this locks this section in place. That's nice. And there we are. There is the full transformation to destroy mode. And all I can say is it is still solid as a rock. That is an absolute shock. I didn't mean to rhyme that, but I did. But damn it, I am impressed. Incredibly impressed. So that is it for the review, and what can I say? This is the quintessential perfect version of Unicorn. Everything about this is absolutely on point. Detail-wise, proportion-wise, it is absolutely perfect. You get a massive awesome sheet of decals, 3 different horns for on this thing, including those cool foils. It's solid in Unicorn mode. The transformation is pretty simple, besides a couple aspects that are a little bit difficult, but not too bad. And in Destroy mode, it's just as solid as it is in Unicorn mode. Seriously, this thing is the real deal, the full deal. I don't rate Gundams anymore out of 10. I used to well back in the day. But if I was going to rate this one, it would be a solid 10. I mean, this is a bit of a jump, and this is a big statement, but I think this is literally the best Gunpla Bandai has ever made. Ever. Full stop. It's literally absolutely perfect in every way, and if Bandai make 10, 20 different variants of this, then fair fucks to them, they should. I want to see this in full armor, Banshee, final battle mode, everything. Absolutely everything. This is an awesome kit. If you're thinking about getting it, then 100% definitely do. This is the most Mecha Gaikotsu recommended kit ever. So yeah, final words, it's absolutely perfect. But anyway, as always, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you want to see more videos like this. Get yourself subscribed to stay up to date with Gunpla releases and other anime figures and stuff, which I will get back to, I promise. But anyway, thanks for watching, and make sure to come back for more Gunpla reviews. See you next time.